Hey, welcome everybody back to another Bankless DAO demo. Thanks a lot for joining us today. We are brought to you by Bankless DAO and Fight Club. We're here every single Wednesday bringing you the newest and hottest Web3 tools. Reminder, just before we start, none of this is financial, investment, legal, tax, or any other kind of advice. Now that we've got all that out of the way, just want to give a big warm welcome to Ashu from Helix.im. Helix is an AI chatbot that allows your community to increase engagement. They have a chatbot which answers questions automatically for you in Discord, Telegram, There's some options for website, and they're building out other options for mobile devices. Um, they it's a standard chatbot that you would recognize on many other websites, but the kicker is when you have a question which is not able to be answered by the AI chatbot, rather than sending this off to some big company in somewhere around the world that has nothing to do with your organization, you can actually send out a bounty directly to your community members. They can accept that bounty, answer those questions, so that increases the engagement, and then they're actually paid for that engagement as well. This is a really cool tool that's been built, and we're really pleased to have you here today. Ashu, please introduce yourself and let us know all about Helix.
Thanks, Chris, for having me. I'm really, really excited to be here. And you described the product really in a very articulate manner. So it seems the message is landing. And hello, everyone. I'm Ashu, the co-founder and CEO of Helix, which, as Chris described, is a community-powered support platform for Web3. And the idea behind Helix is very simple. In Web3, we see community playing a much more bigger role in the growth as well as in the real work that's being done in the protocols. And so our product enables the community to come in and lend a helping hand with the support. And in turn, they get bounties, they get rewards. We do have an AI layer on top of the community layer, which answers some of the repetitive questions. It learns from the documentation and answers some of those questions for you as well. Yeah, I'm really excited to show you the live product, how it works, and we'll go from there.
Okay, great. Dive in.
Awesome. So over here, I have the Helix website. And actually for this demo, we have also prepared a Bankless sample page, Bankless community page, from where we have trained an AI model on the Bankless documentation actually. And so you can, oh, the preview is paused because I changed the tab. Is that right?
Sorry, what's the question?
Did my preview, it says we have paused your preview to save the resources. Was the preview?
I don't know. It's coming in. It looks like it's coming in fine on my end.
Okay, amazing. So great. And so for this demo, we have also prepared Bankless page where people can go and ask Bankless related questions. And so on the bottom right, you'll see this little icon, Helix icon, and this is a chat bubble. You can actually ask it a question related with Bankless DAO. And we have trained it on some of the document links that you could find that were publicly available. And so people can ask any question it wants. I was asking it a bunch of questions like, is there a difference between premium and a citizen? How to keep track of level? And it's coming in quite well in terms of answers. And so like the link is helix.io/bankless. Feel free to. And I'll go back to the core Helix page because over here I can show you all the features about how does it work. So let's say you go here and you are asking a question you come to the website, you're asking a question particularly about this product, it answers. There are questions that it cannot answer. So for example, I asked this chat bubble, what is Uniswap? And Helix, the context it's set on is not Uniswap, so it doesn't answer. But what it does is, because it's a live chat one-on-one, it hands it off to a community member. So it says like, sorry, but I could not find the answer to your question. I'll get someone to help you out as soon as possible. And what happens from here onwards is it all goes to a single integrated ticketing module, and where people can get all the, like they can see. So you have community experts that are from your community, and they will have this interface where they can see like what people are asking questions. And you can see also from which platform it's coming from. So if it's coming from Discord, if it's coming from the website, if it's coming from Telegram, you can like just with the indicators you can see, and you can answer the ticket from here, and you can start answering how is the like whatever the particular question is. And that's how the overall ticketing works. So I'll stop here. Maybe if there are like any questions from the audience or anyone wants to chime in, so feel free to cut me off. Otherwise, I'll just keep going. And this now the next thing I want to show you is like how the community expertise works. So let's go to the Helix page in this case. Sorry, yeah, Helix page. So that's Helix. So like any page, we have a community, like every community, we have a community page. People can come into the community page and let's say people want to become an expert and start earning rewards for helping, lending a helping hand with the support. They can click to become an expert and they will be taken through an expert flow, expert onboarding flow. You can, I'm already signed in with my Discord, so it didn't ask me for my Discord. So that's why it directly moved to step 2 of 3. If I was logged out, it would have asked me to connect with Discord. The next step is to connect with the wallet. It supports many different wallets. And so I'll just connect with my MetaMask super quickly. And yeah, it connects with the MetaMask. And then it goes, it asks you a little bit of detail about yourself, and then you submit it, and you know, it says your expert application has been submitted, and once Helix admin reviews it, we'll notify you. And now all these applications actually goes into the Helix admin page. So I'm also an admin, so I can see the admin interface too. So you can see over here, I have received an application to approve or reject a particular expert. So I can approve it, and once approved, it goes it comes over here as an expert, and you can see how many answers have they given. If it was a expert that has been answering question even before joining over here, and their tokens, if they have started earning, you can take multiple actions over here. You can view their profile. You can, if you want to give them an extra tip, you can also add a tip for them. And then yeah, and then also this is now the idea behind Helix is the community gets rewards for answering questions. So how do they get the rewards, and from where do they get the rewards? So they get the rewards from a smart contract that holds the balance, and as people answer questions, they get those rewards from this smart contract. So this, we call this a treasury wallet, and right now the Helix treasury wallet balance is this much in Clay tokens. You can pretty much use any EVM compatible or ACR20 tokens to fund the treasury wallet. And you can see all the previous transactions that are happening. You can configure the rewards from here. And so which reward token do you want to use? And what kind of tokens, how many tokens do you want to give? You can have 10, 15, depending on like how much you want. And then after that, it's like pretty much on autopilot. People will answer questions, people will get rewards, and that's how it works. I do want to mention the Discord integration, because that's the key aspect of like everything that we do. In Discord, what happens is people are asking questions, and the AI layer again answers the basic questions, and then it goes to the community who answer the rest of it. And so, for example, yeah, you can ask like, actually, let me go to the Helix 3 channel. That's much better. And if anything is not clear, feel free to stop me, Chris, and ask me to explain again. So
no, you're doing a great job.
Yeah. Okay, so the Discord is where most of the community lives. And so what happens in Discord is all the experts that you saw the list in the expert list over here, all the experts are also part of a specific Discord channel where they get notified like of all the questions. As a user, I can go here and ask a question, and this question will create a ticket for me. I can ask a question from here, and this all question will get posted in the ticketing format over here. So yeah, so it all comes it all comes from here. So you have integration with Discord, you have integration with the website, you have integration with the Telegram. There is an optional product called Forums that is also available for companies to use. But usually the AI along with the ticketing that works pretty well. So yeah, I'll stop here and take any questions. I do want to like highlight a few things about the product, especially when it comes to AI. So the core problem that AI solves is the repetitive questions go away once people start using the product. The response times increase because you have automated layers, so that's always going to be faster. And the higher engagement comes from the community involvement. The community starts talking to each other and helping each other. And finally, we have seen that a lot in Web3. There's a lot of like spiky traffic. So on few weeks, you'll have a if the release is coming in, the traffic increases and then it gradually tapers down, and then it will go up again with some new release or a new news. And you want to be able to support, they have the same quality of support during those spiky periods. And that's what Helix allows you to do. So I'll just directly go to the AI one. And so, for example, I don't have that, but yeah. I wanted to highlight the difference between, I mean, this is how it works, the AI solution, like in Discord, if people ask like, how do I earn demo? It will answer your question, and it will refer a documentation as well that this is where the answer is coming from. And you can do a thumbs up or thumbs down. If you're doing a thumbs up, it's a good answer. If you're doing a thumbs down, we know that it's not a good answer, and we will find the right answer and retrain the model for you. You can also, the admins can also write the good answer in this thread itself, and then it retrains every month and improves the model in general.
So yeah, that's interesting. So you can thumbs up or thumbs down the automatic answers. But one of the questions I had was, is there any way to rate or review or correct answers that have been given by community members?
Yes. So the community members' answers, they can be reviewed. And so, as I said, the customers, once the ticket is closed, customers do get a notification to rate. So for example, this is the question that came to me from the website, which I was chatting over here. So let's see, and if I answer this ticket, and let's say I also close this ticket, what happens is over here, the customers will get a notification in some time to rate the product, to rate the response coming from this particular agent. And if the response is good, then the community experts will get rewards, otherwise they won't.
Okay, and that's a customer rating, but what about from fellow community members? So let's say, for example, you've got a bunch of new people who are answering questions at sort of maybe an entry-level position. You get assigned to answer questions, but you have experts who want to come through and iterate on those answers or help train the trainers.
I see. So they want, sorry, do they want to train the model, or do they want to train the other experts?
Actually, both. That would be helpful if it was able to train both, because we're trying to level up our own members as well as leveling up the AI.
Yeah, so the AI training works. You can basically answer it in the thread itself, where that thread is. For example, let's go to the Bankless thread. We have a Bankless DAO demo server as well. So for example, let's say I ask the question here, what is Bankless? And it will take some time to answer it. But once the answer comes, and it will take 15 seconds in Discord, so I'll give it that time. But once the answer comes, once you do a thumbs down, what happens is with the thumbs down, you write an answer in the same thread, and then Yeah, so now the answer comes like Bankless is a movement, da da da, and I do a thumbs down, and you can answer it in the same thread. So over here, if I just like answer by thumbs down and I like answer the correct answer, it will learn it. So let's say I did the correct answer here. It will learn it and retrain the model from the model perspective. From the and this is coming from the admin. So we only allow certain admins, like we whitelist them. Let's say there are like 5 admins who have the power to retrain the model by giving the right responses. We ignore the other responses. Does that answer your question?
Yes, that does answer my question. Yeah. I think to expand on that,
Mm-hmm.
so um, let's say an expert has to come in and answer the question for the bot, because
Mm-hmm.
so let's actually touch on that. How do you request community support? Because this is a big feature
Uh-huh.
that's very interesting. So let's say, for example, the bot can't give me the right answer that I'm looking for, and I want to speak to a community member. So what's the next step?
So there are two ways to do it, and it really depends on the community that we partner with. One way is once you thumbs down over here, we can tag an admin or an expert um, who can come in and provide the right answer. The other way is, let's say the AI doesn't answer it at all. For example, if there are questions that the AI doesn't have the answer to, it will keep quiet. And so in that case, the communities can come in and ask, and community experts can come in and answer, and then they will get rewards. The other way is the very explicit way, where in Discord I ask a question and that it goes to the community experts module where those experts are answering. So I can ask an explicit question, it gets posted on the forum. So let's see, I asked a question, and this will go to the Bankless DAO. So what is Bankless DAO? This is the title, and I can post it. I want to learn more about Bankless. And I'll have to delete it, otherwise it will pollute the page. But what it did is it created a ticket here. All the experts are notified, and it also posted this question. Now the experts who are there, they can go and answer this question. And once they answer this question, then they will get rewards for answering this question. And that's how, and we will also learn from this question and answer in our model. So next time someone asks like, what is Bankless DAO? It doesn't go to the community experts because we have the right answer here.
Okay, so from a user perspective, I come into the channel and I want to ask the question to the bot initially. What is Bankless DAO? And the
Yeah.
bot maybe for some reason doesn't know the answer to that. So the next step is to then post a question directly to the community, to the experts. Is that a link right there from within the answer?
Yeah, and so it's not configured that way, but what can happen is if the user wants, they can do thumbs down, and based on thumbs down, we will tag one of the community experts to come in and answer
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Right, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
So then back to my original question. So an expert comes in, answers that question. Now, do those answers get listed somewhere where maybe say an admin of the Discord can come in and see what the experts are answering?
Um,
Obviously, the bot is learning from the expert's answer, but can
right.
an admin come in and then adjust that later?
Um, I did not fully follow your
Okay,
question.
well, one of the problems that we've got around here at Bankless
Mhm.
now is um, understanding DeFi, understanding these complex concepts around Web3. Initially, when you first get it, you think, I've got it. And then about a month later, you're like, oh shit, I didn't have it. And then a month later, you think, I've got it. And then a month later, you're like, right, okay, I've just learned a lot more again. And it's like an iterative process.
Uh-huh.
So if we want to have people who are quote unquote so-called experts, especially in something that's so new and it's hard to determine who the experts actually are, we get people who are answering questions. Who's actually going through and checking that their answers are
I
verified or correct?
got it. Okay, so the quality of the answers, like if I have to rephrase it, how do we assess the quality of the answers,
Yes.
right? Yeah, and so depend. I mean, one, we have two ways to assess the quality of the answer. One is if it goes to the forums over here. Um, what I, for example, if it's coming to a forum and at the forums, like upvotes, downvotes, this is a problem that has been solved by Stack Overflow very well. And so if people are upvoting, downvoting a particular answer, if the original user has accepted that answer as the correct answer, so for example, I can add an answer and this user will accept that answer as the right answer. So those two are the signals that we use to determine whether this answer has been a good answer, a quality answer or not. On top of all that, the admin has the purview to, admin can see every user's particular answers. For example, I can go and see all the answers that I've been giving on the profile of this particular user, and depend, if the answers are not good, I can either correct it or penalize that particular expert if you see they are colluding. If you are using the ticketing product, which is coming from here, of course, you can use that rating module. Like the users are rating the expert whether that answer was good for me or not, out of the 5 stars. And if it's like less than 5 stars, then you know that there is some work to be done. So for example, this is like 5 star, but others have no rating. So these are like newer users and newer experts, and you want to be a little bit more watchful. This user has gained a little bit more reputation, so this is fine.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I like the upvote, downvote. That's perfect.
Yeah, yeah. And so, like usually the way it works is, I mean, overall product wise, you have the AI layer, and then you either take the forum, which is people ask public questions, or you either take the ticketing where it comes over here as a ticket in the inbox. But in any case, the experts are rated, and experts go through the same onboarding flow. You can see how they are performing.
Okay.
Cool.
Nice.
Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's not a super complex product, although we had to build quite a bit. But yeah, happy to help anyone who is like. Feel free to go to this Bankless community page, and play with the AI bot.
Yeah,
If
let's check that out actually. So
Yeah.
you've actually modeled you built a model based on our Bankless DAO Notion page. Is that
Yeah,
right?
yes.
Okay. So we can go in there and ask any questions about Bankless DAO and hopefully get
Yeah.
some right
Do you have
answers.
a like what's give me a question. Let's try it live.
Okay, so let's find out how can I earn bank?
Let's see. Okay, I'm back. Do you think this question is answered in the Notion page?
It should be. Yeah, depending on how many of the pages you
Got it.
you go
Yeah,
to.
it takes around like 15 seconds to come up with that answer. So let's give it that much time. But it will come up with a good answer. And the longer it takes, which means longer an answer it's preparing, usually. Um, so, for example, I was asking, is there a difference between premium and citizen? And it came up with a pretty good answer between like premium and citizen, the contributor levels. Um, cool. Yeah. Well, it's coming up with an answer. Give it some time. Yeah. Okay. Here. Oh, wow. So I told you, it's the longer time it takes, the longer answer it is. So to earn
Okay.
bank tokens through Bankless DAO, you can do it in 2 ways. Either you can be given tips um, by other Bankless DAO competitors, and there is more detail, and then bounties posted in the bounty board channel. Is this how is this answer looking to you?
Yeah, there's actually quite a bit of info missing off of that. There's, as far as I know, 5 ways to earn bank. Um, you
Uh-huh.
can you can um, can get a grant. You can be a role holder. You can do bounties, tips, or you can contribute to a project. I guess that kind of falls under bounties. Um,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and then, yeah, I see bankless card is mentioned there as well. So how would we then go ahead and make adjustments to that?
Yeah, so essentially the adjustments to it will be have to be made in the document.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I see a comment from G5. The question was pretty open-ended. I don't know that there is a specific spot that answers the question. Yeah, so there is no specific spot, and that's where like it's trying to collate answers from different places. Um, yeah,
Yeah, that goes to show that having good, full, fully adequate docs is very
yeah.
important. And it seems
So
like a lot of our stuff is distributed across different areas. Like um, we do have. Oh yeah, I've actually just found how can I earn bank tokens under bank token compensation. But again, it might be here. I'll just share that
yeah, yeah.
link with you in here, and um, you can see where that is. If you click on that link and then go down to
Yeah.
bank token and compensation, it mentions it there. But of course, this is a lot of information, so it's going
Yeah.
to take time to train.
Yeah, I mean, fair. It did cover the tips and bounties, the two big ones, and then it posted the link to that. So there are some questions in the channel as well. Um, so the question is, what would make me want to use Helix over similar products like Awesome QA or Discord GPT? And so I think they are great product, but slightly different. And so my understanding of Awesome QA is it finds the related thread in the Discord chat and not from the documentation. And so if the question has been answered in Discord before, if it's a similar question, then it will pull up that and like bring it up. But there are many times the question has been answered in the documentation, and documentation is more or less comprehensive compared to the Discord conversation. So that's number one. The Discord GPT, I have not used Discord GPT, so I won't be able to tell you how it's different from Discord GPT. I mean, if you can help me understand, then yeah, I can probably answer it better. Yeah. Yeah, G5. So exactly. So there is I mean, you can only answer it so much in the chat. So what it does is it answers the question at the high level and then gives you the link. But you can have a follow-up conversations as well, and it will try to answer more. So for example, I can ask, what other ways are there to earn? And it will fetch the hopefully rest of the answers. Yeah. Um, yeah. So exactly. So I mean, the Discord history. Awesome Q&A focuses only on Discord, and Helix focuses on docs. We also go back into the Discord, but the way we work with Discord is we go into the Discord, we create Q&As, and then train the bot, the Helix bot. So it still becomes a doc for us. The previous Discord conversations too. It's all automated, but we try to make it the previous Discord conversations into a doc that the bot learns from.
So Manta says Discord GPT allows you to train a GPT model on anything. For support bot, you'd likely train it on your docs.
Actually, uh, one thing I would say the difference between I'm not sure about Discord GPT, but let's say you had a Chat GPT model trained on your documentation. The problem is you really don't want uh, the bot to answer everything and anything. So for example, if you have a Chat GPT integrated with your Discord, if you ask how far is sun from the earth, it will still answer that, which you don't want in the context of support. The other thing you want is you want it to have a follow-up conversations related just in that particular context. You want it to tag the moderators, which we do if the answer is wrong, and then retrain from that, which we allow. So I think the base layer still remains the same, but there is a lot of customization that needs to be done to make it useful for a support workflow. Yeah, exactly. So it will answer anything and everything. And in the way we work in Discord is we have built a classifier layer on top so that if the question is not relevant, it just won't answer. It will keep quiet. It won't pollute your feed. And if the answer is relevant, then it will answer. For example, the way I showed in our Discord chat here. Yeah, so I asked what is bankless, and it did answer. But if I ask it, for example, let's say, same question, how far is Earth from Sun? It won't answer. And so we suppress those because people are in a public channel, people are talking a lot of things.
Yeah, this was so you could integrate this bot into essentially any channel within your Discord, not
right.
just an FAQ channel.
Yeah, it will. Yeah, exactly. It can be in any channel. It just won't answer. And then you ask it another question related with the bankless, and it will answer. And so that's and so it really takes some time to just like make it as come into the support workflow rather than just having a chat GPT integration. Yeah. So for example, okay, so I asked it like what other ways, and then it gave me a more comprehensive like all the 4 methods.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, interesting how it's built bankless card into there as one of the options. So hopefully someday soon.
I think okay, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, and Mantis Clone follows up by saying Helix answers questions that it knows the answers to, but will ignore general questions. Helix also has a dashboard for your subject matter experts to add training data. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not just your experts to add training data, but also they can just answer them directly in line and claim that bounty. So next up, he asks, how much does Helix cost? I know that wasn't covered yet.
Yeah, so the cost is something that we are it varies from like protocol to protocol. If it's a non-profit protocol versus a for-profit protocol, the volume of questions. So it's a really hard question to answer, and I'm trying not to skirt that question, but it's very hard for me to give a pricing just as a general because depending on how much documentation you have a ton of documentation. We spent some time like creating those vectors from the documentation. Then volume of the questions also determines. The community expert support base, it's fairly straightforward. It's a percentage of how much reward you are giving to the community. Yeah, exactly. It's a custom pricing depending on the use case. If you just want the AI or you want the AI plus the forums, and then it varies. So it's we chat with you, but the pricing it's not egregious. I would say it's a premium product, but it's not egregious compared to the value it creates.
So I saw earlier in there you were messing around in some chats that you had previously done, and one of the questions was when Helix token. Is that a pricing model that you're considering building in, like using Helix tokens to pay for chat response?
No, so actually, yeah, this question came up several times. So it was in the part of our FAQ community FAQ, but right now we don't have plans to bring Helix token actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And so what platforms are you currently supporting?
So we have 3 platforms that we currently support. We are on website, and then we have, one second, let's see, we have website, Discord, and Telegram. It's not over here. It should have been in the deck, but in any case, we have the website, the Discord, and the Telegram. Those are the 3 platforms we support. We have more integrations coming in, and it actually essentially as our customers ask us that I need this particular integration, we provide them. In Web3, these three cover pretty much 95% of the use cases. Twitter is one that we are working on, and it's something that few people have asked already.
Oh, really? Yeah, I never would have actually considered that because I wouldn't go to Twitter looking for answers.
Yeah, the use case over there is there are people DMing a particular protocol page for an answer. And right now, one of the problems with support, the way it's done is fragmented. So you have Discord, questions being answered in Discord, Telegram, and Telegram. And then you usually people have intercom and Zendesk implementation for the website, and then there is Twitter. And so it's like 4 different places. Is there a way to like bring it together? And that's what we are solving towards as well.
Interesting. Okay. Nice. Yeah, let's see if we've got any other questions here. You mentioned that the answers get faster as the bot learns. Is that correct?
The answers get faster as the bot learns.
Maybe I misunderstood a part of that. So currently it takes sort of 10 to 15 seconds for an answer to come. And as the bot gets it a little bit more efficient, does it spit out answers faster and faster?
No, I can't say that, although we are working on making it more faster. Like 15 seconds feels like a lot. And so we are working on making it faster, but I won't make the claim that as the bot learns, it answers it faster. I'll have to check with my technical team on that, whether that's
Okay.
really true.
Yeah, I definitely misunderstood something in your presentation then. Yeah. Obviously, instant is a big wish, but you know, it.
100%.
I would
And
imagine that over time, hopefully, it would become more efficient.
You're right. And so I would say in website, it's more important to have the faster answer than the Discord, because over Discord, people are chatting, and even if the answers are coming in 10 to 15 seconds, it's pretty good because there is no expectation that a bot is listening and answering it, because the bot doesn't answer to every question. And so people are like in Discord, 15 seconds is totally fine. On website, sometimes it feels longer. What we are doing actually, it's also about perception. We are allowing for streaming, and it's coming in the next version. So by next week, it will be ready. So it will feel much faster. And the way it will feel it, right now, it's wait for this full answer to be available before it posts. And so what we will start doing is we'll start posting the answer one by one. So like in this paragraph will come first, then tips, and then bounties, then grants. And so it will start coming up one by one, and people will not feel like waiting for 15 seconds to read an answer.
Okay. So pushing it out little by little, give you a
So
chance to read the first
streaming
section.
will make it feel a lot less slow.
Amazing. Okay. Yeah, that seems like it kind of brings us to an end of your presentation. Is there anything else that you wanted to show off here today?
All I would say is feel free to go to our website, Helix.im, and feel free to like send us a note if you're interested in learning more about the product, seeing how it works on your specific protocol page and documentation. We'd love to talk more and learn more.
Amazing. Well, yeah, it's been really great having you here today presenting for us, Ashu. You know, I'm pleased to have met you, and welcome into the Bankless DAO fold. You're one of us now.
Thank you. I'm very thanks for this opportunity and the platform. I'm really happy that I could come here and present Helix.
Brilliant. All right. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed it, and everybody who's watching on the live stream and watching this recording later on down the line is enjoying it. If you have any questions, where's the best place to get in touch with you, Ashu?
You can reach out to me on Helix. On Helix as well. Like you go to Helix.im, over there, I'll be there. I'm answering most of the questions in the ticketing. And you can also reach out to me on Twitter. My handle is DubeyISM. So feel free to tag me on Twitter, and I'll answer your questions.
Amazing. Dubiism. All right, sweet. Well, thanks a lot for the presentation. Again, this has been a demo in the Bankless DAO server brought to you by Fight Club. Fight Club is the investment DAO of Bankless DAO. So if you're out there looking for ways to get involved in Web3 projects, or you're a founder and you want to show off your project, please come get in touch with us. Just a quick reminder, none of this has been financial advice, tax advice, or any other type of advice. We're just here having fun, exploring new things. Please come in and join us every Wednesday starting at 6:30 p.m. UTC in the Bankless DAO Discord server. That's all for this week. Thanks a lot and see you next time.
Thank